Suit jackets are off. We are getting real with real estate. Andrew Rink, Justus Smith here. We are talking about agency. There are three types. There's buyers, sellers, and limited dual agency. It's important to know the differences between all three. Justus, what is agency?
Well, we're realtors, we're real estate agents. Agency is it's essentially a legal relationship. Agency is when you authorize someone to work on your behalf. When that person consents to do so, they become your agent. And when they're your agent, they take on legal responsibilities towards you. Those are called fiduciary duties.
Andrew, differences between buyer's agency and seller's agency?
So when a buyer's looking to purchase a home, they're going to hire a brokerage or a real estate company. Now, a brokerage would be anything like RE/MAX, Century 21, Rockbridge, all these different brokerages around the city. So there's fiduciary duties that a buyer's agency is entitled to. So obey the buyer's instructions on the exclusive buyer's brokerage contract and all lawful instructions of the buyer. They need to represent the buyer's best interest. They need to maintain the confidentiality of all personal information of the buyer itself, safeguard the buyer's documents and money, and exercise reasonable care to the buyer themselves as well.
Now, sometimes a buyer and a seller have the same agent. That's what they call dual agency?
Dual agency, yeah. And so there's buyer's agency. Seller's agency is essentially those same responsibilities that the seller's agent has to the seller. In dual agency, it's the same agent working for both buyer and seller, or two agents from the same company. Dual agency, it's actually impossible. You can't have the duties of confidentiality and loyalty to the seller and have those same duties to a buyer. So in Saskatchewan, we have what's called limited dual agency, and the roles of the realtors get modified. Essentially, realtors cannot discuss price or motivation. Price that someone's willing to pay, price that someone's willing to sell for, motivation for selling, motivation for buying. The realtor cannot, in a limited dual agency situation, represent the interest of the buyer or the seller to the advantage of one over the other.
And very quickly, we got about 10 seconds. What do you recommend or encourage?
I encourage people to get their own agent. If your agent happens to show you a bunch of properties, then maybe it shows you one of their own listings, but you have a good working relationship with them, then maybe limited dual agency is a good idea, but always have your own agent if possible. Very informative tips. We'll see you guys next week. Andrew Rink, Justus Smith. And if you need some help in the housing market, you can find Andrew and Justus at propertypartnersrealty.com.